Well, hello, good evening, and welcome, guys, to this pre-match podcast here on Glasgow Rangers Nation. I'm Owen James. This is all your latest Rangers news as we build up to this very weird time for kickoff on a Sunday night, 8 o'clock Sunday night. We stand by to obviously watch Rangers take on St Johnstone at Ibrox. Reasons, of course, for this game being so late today. Because of the great Glasgow, the great, I don't know, whatever it was called, the Great Scottish Run or something like that that happened today. So the game takes place this evening. And it's a weird time, isn't it? It's a weird time. We still obviously await team news. Bit of a surprise. I've just caught up now. Celtic only winning 2-1 away at Ross County. That's a bit of a surprise. I was predicting there's cricket score in that game. So that's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Only 2-1. Maybe there's an encouragement there. Maybe they aren't as good as they wanted. Aberdeen winning 3-2. Again, Aberdeen keeping up their unbeaten start to the season. That's pretty amazing as well. So as the league stands at this moment in time, we are obviously still 8 points behind Celtic and 8 points behind Aberdeen going into tonight's game. So even more imperative that we win tonight to cut that back to 5 points. Yeah, I'm a bit shocked. Cabby, how you doing, buddy? How's one of my top mods doing? 3 points a must, says Scott Hammond. Good evening, Owen, or Teddy Bears in chat. Evening to John. But yeah, how are you all feeling ahead of tonight's game? You know, James Reed says 3 points vital. Absolutely. Is it 3 points in a performance, or are you just happy with the 3 points tonight? Obviously, we head into the international break. Yet another boring international break post this game tonight. The final fixture of this part of the league competition. Like I said, it is a situation where we've got to get the 3 points, I think. And also we've got to see a bit of a performance, haven't we? Blue Nose Bob is in the live chat as well. Good evening, Blue Nose. Evening, how you doing? But yeah, it's absolutely vital. Obviously, we still, like I said, we are awaiting the team news for tonight. We'll bring it to you as soon as we have got it. Richard Todd says, please no Tav and Cheney tonight, as I would rather rub shit in my eyes than watch those two playing on the right-hand side again. They are mints. I've got to say, Richard, new name in the live chat. Welcome, Richard. Hope you're doing well, buddy. I don't really want to see the Tav or Cheney in the team tonight. I think we'll see both of them in the team tonight, if I'm being honest with you. I do think that both of them will play, mate. But yeah, I'm with you. I'd rather not bother seeing either of them tonight because they're both fairly dreadful footballers. They're not great at the moment. They really are playing very, very poorly. Obviously, you've got the revelation, of old Vaslav Cherry deleting his Instagram account, deleting all his Rangers stuff on there. Obviously, taking a bit of a huff, not happy about the situation going on at Rangers at the moment. Not happy about the fact he's obviously had some criticism for his performances and that miss, isn't it? Scott Hammond says here, frustrating results today, but shows they're not going to give up ground easily. We need to show we're up for it. You obviously referenced there to the fact that Celtic beat Ross County and obviously Aberdeen beat Hearts 3-2 at Pittodrie today. Blue Nose Bob said, Sterling and Hadji wants Graham Brown with a new name. Great to have you, Graham. Hope not. Both playing terrible, says Blue Nose Bob. A good team performance would be nice, but as I said before, 3 points is vital. I think there's a bit of a sentiment of that, isn't there? Just get the 3 points. Just get the 3 points. Get over the line with the 3 points. Take the 3 points. It's interesting, isn't it? Absolutely interesting that is the case. What do you want tonight? What formation do you want to see? What shape do you want to see? Look, realistically, we've all talked, haven't we, a little bit about the situation of perhaps changing formation and doing so forth. The other mob cheated their way to 3 points. Again, I must admit, John, I've been at work all day today. I only finished work at about 5 o'clock this evening, so I haven't seen the game or heard or read anything about their game today at all. Clement out of his depths as litigation. David Richmond, another new name. Welcome, David. How you doing, buddy? Evening troops. A decent performance is needed tonight, plus goals. Look, that's a must. Look, I don't want to sound cocky. I don't want to sound arrogant, but it is only St Johnstone. Famous last words, isn't it? When you come out with something like that, famous last words, isn't it? When you say, "Oh, it's only St Johnstone," doesn't really, we should be able to smash them. But realistically, it's a game we've got to be winning. A game we've got to be putting it away. massively. Gordon Turnbull says Clement will play Tav and Tierney. He's trying to get himself sacked with a big payoff. I mean, yeah, he has got that big contract. I think it's about, I can't remember. It's a lot of money he would get anyway. Not 4231 says litigation. John Morrison, another new name. Welcome, John. Good evening, all. If Tom Lawrence is rested or injured, let's see how Bayrami does in the number 10 role. Good opportunity to pick up 3 points and score a few goals. Mate, I honestly can't see us play. You know what? If Thomas Lawrence is injured and is out tonight, I don't think Bayrami will play there. I think he'll put Dowell in the 10. I really do. It does really worry me. We need to keep scoring more goals. We do, Billy. Absolutely. You know, goal difference could be a big thing, and their goal difference is very, very impressive at the moment. We need to be ruthless, but I can't see too many goals, says Blue Nose Bob. I mean, other than that game against Ross County, we really have not put anyone to the sword and smashed anyone, have we, realistically? So, you know, look, it is a situation that, you know, Rangers do not score a lot of goals. That is the truth of the matter. Okay, starting lineup is out, and you are not going to be happy about the starting lineup. Let's have a little look, shall we, at the starting lineup. It is out. It has just been shown. It has just come up. Guys, here it comes. Here comes the starting lineup. I'm going to share the Twitter screen with you, or the X screen, or whatever the hell you want to call it. So here it is. Here is tonight's starting lineup, guys. It's going to come up in a moment. Come on, you piece of shit computer, work. I'm still waiting for the computer to catch up. Here we go. Team will appear in a minute. There we go. Here's the team for tonight's game. So the team for tonight's game is Butland in goal, Tavernier, Suter, Proper, Hjefte, Diamande, Raskin, Cherney, Bayrami, McCausland, and Dessers. Yes, copy and paste again. Up again, yes. Although I've got to say, what does he have to do to get dropped? How shit does he have to be before he actually gets dropped? I genuinely don't understand how bad James Tavernier has to play to get himself dropped. I mean, honestly, genuinely, how? I don't get it. Airwolf, Kuna's more goals and assists in 7 games in the SPL than Hadji has in his last 21 SPL games. Clement's taking the piss. I mean, as a starting lineup, yeah, you did, Gordon. I said it as well. Go back and watch the podcast from last night. I said it as well. I said that he'd play. He'd start him tonight. Gaffer's worrying me. He's not trying to fix mistakes. It's hope and pray now. I mean, look, I think maybe he's got a hope there that putting Cherney and Tavernier in, that they'll want to kind of, I don't know, sort of, Casanweirjo and Sterling should be chapping on the manager's door 100%. If I was Casanweirjo, if I was Sterling, I'd be going down to the manager's office and giving it that and asking, what have I got to do to get a game? Why do you keep picking him at right back when he's shit, when he is the worst player in the SPL? Why are you still picking James Tavernier? I mean, look, realistically, guys, let's talk realistically. Realistically, that is enough to beat St Johnstone. Of course it is. It is, because St Johnstone are shit. Right? And Tavernier and Tierney will probably look quite good today because it's St Johnstone and St Johnstone are shit. I mean, that's the truth of the matter, isn't it? Blue Nose Bob says here, what does that say to the other players? No matter how well you play, Tav's starting. Agreed. Imagine if we got beat 2-0, it would be the end of all Tav and Clement. Is Clement an agent for the other mob? He's just taking the piss out of us now. I mean, let's have a quick look at the subs as well. I didn't actually catch the subs. Now, interesting, obviously, that Yanis Hadji is on the bench tonight. That is fascinating to see. So the bench tonight is Kelly, Barron, Dowell, Sterling, Casanweirjo, Balogun, Hamza Igaman, Hadji, and Fraser. Just got a WhatsApp message on the starting 11, lol. I don't think I'll bother watching my protest against Clement, says Gordon Turnbull. Clement or Beale, who's the worst? I mean, getting back to that starting lineup. I mean, let's just go back to the starting lineup. Let me just move it down so we can see this. So we can sort of concentrate on the starting lineup anyway. I mean, let's get perspective here. It is St Johnstone tonight. You know, it's not Celtic. It's not Aberdeen. It's not, it's not anybody particularly challenging tonight. It is only St Johnstone. And I know that sounds slightly arrogant, but I mean, you've got to kind of take a positive out of that. But, realistically, you look at that. I don't know. I mean, the encouraging thing there for me is that Bayrami starts in the 10. That's encouraging. But Tav, why? I'm just putting a message out at the moment. But realistically, you look at that, and like I said, suitor and proper, it's enough. It's enough. Thank you, Cabby. Hefte, really impressed with that. Hefte is a very, very, very good player. Yeah, see you later, Aldo. Hefte is a really good player, and having Hefte, I think, will be fantastic there. He's going to have license to get forward, license to attack, license to really create some trouble today for St Johnstone, I think, down that left-hand side. I think it's going to be interesting as well. Obviously, Barron's getting a rest, which, I can see the point of that. Barron's a young lad. He needs to be rested. He needs to be given, time off. He has been one of, if not our best player so far this season. I mean, that is a given. But resting Barron, I think, makes sense. And I hate to keep saying this, it's only St Johnstone. But, resting Barron, I think, is a good move. Giving Raskan more minutes, again, to get his match fitness up, again, good move. Be interesting to see how Raskan and Diamande play together. A very different dynamic there, I think, between the two. Raskan obviously carries a bit more experience than Barron. Is a bit more mobile than Barron. So it'll be interesting to see, what he brings instead of Barron. Now, I did think when Barron and Raskin played together, they were very similar and perhaps too similar to play together. So, yeah, that's an interesting one. Tierney wide right doesn't fill me with a lot of. I mean, if it is Tierney right, McCausland left, I think that's a bit stupid. I'd personally be interested to see McCausland on the right, Tierney on the left. Get Tierney to go outside with his left foot. Get Tierney to use his left foot and cross the ball in the box. For Dessers, I think that would be an interesting move. Bayrami in the 10 role, I think, is a huge positive tonight. Getting to actually see him play in the 10 role tonight is a massive, massive positive for me tonight. And I'm really interested to see how he actually does in that position tonight. Walter McClellan, another new name in the live chat, says, no matter how many times you try to sugarcoat this lineup, it still has Tav in it. Correct. I'm losing the will here, for fuck's sake. See what the crowd will be. Scott Hammond says, interesting. Blue Nose Bob says, why not swap Tierney and McCausland about now and again too? That's a good move. I mean, that's a positive, Blue Nose. I think, if you look at a lot of the top teams in Europe, the top teams, in the Premier League especially, they have a fluidity to their front three, don't they? They have a movement to their front three where you can see that the front three will rotate and move. Now, I don't think you're going to get Dessers rotating too much because realistically, I don't think Dessers has got it in him to play wide or to drop back. That's not the sort of player that Cyril Dessers is. So realistically, Dessers is going to be straight in the middle. He's the target man, isn't he? The man in the middle. But yeah, see, but Causland and Tierney changing sides would be very interesting indeed. Hey Sid, how you doing? How's Toronto today? It must be it's about 1 o'clock, 5 to 2 in the afternoon there. Nice to see Hadji on the bench. Absolutely, James Reed. That's encouraging. I actually didn't think that Hadji would actually get a game tonight. I would even be in the squad tonight, if I was being honest with you. I didn't think that would be a possibility. I think he would actually, miss out altogether. But, given the fact that Clement said in the past that he's not featuring at all and not part of his plans, I didn't actually think we'd see him. I think Tierney will play left tonight, loving Bayrami at 10, says D. Anderson. I mean, that, like I said, that would be something I would like to see, I really genuinely would, to actually see what happens with Tierney on the left and McCausland on the right. I mean, it's kind of like weird, isn't it? Playing a right footer on the right and playing a left footer on the left is exceptionally, strange. It really genuinely is. But, in this modern era, we do tend to have this situation where we play a lot of inverted teams, a lot of inversion, don't we? But, it's interesting, isn't it? Interesting. There we go. I mean, I suppose the argument... I don't know. I mean, I think the one thing for me, is that Tav is in this team again. And I think it's really disappointing to see he was hooked after 61 minutes the other night for being shit. He still gets in the team. I mean, I don't get how people are coming out with, that he's the captain. But that for me is not an argument. That for me is not an argument. I really don't get it. Janet says, evening, Bears, see Tav still not being dropped, correct? Stuart Allison says, Owen, is that a mistake or is Tav playing right back? No, Stuart, it's correct. What else have we got here? Comment here from Kenneth Elliott. Rangers win 5-0. Bayrami 2 goals. Tav 2 penalties and McCausland. Kenneth, very optimistic. Owen, are you cutting? I don't know, mate. Am I? Maybe. Sound's breaking up a bit. I don't know why the sound's breaking up a bit. I'm still using the microphone, my right microphone. It may be because the weather's really shit here. It's absolutely tipping it down. Absolutely. Alexander Tav equals 10 men. Cheney equals 9 men. And the manager in name who only has something wrong with him and is not good enough to manage the famous, if indeed there is waste of spaces, play for us. Sound breaking up, mate. Sorry about that. So why is my first much is unavailable? And Vincent there. Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look at the bench again. I mean, looking at that bench, you've got some impact on that bench. But the one worrying thing for me about that bench today is that there isn't a lot of attacking threat on that bench. Yes, you've got Igman and Hadji, but other than that, there isn't a lot of attacking threat if we need it. Barron's more defensive. Dowell's shit. Sterling is defensive. Catanwejo is defensive. Balogun is defensive. Robbie Fraser is defensive. There's a lot of defensive changes on that bench, but there's not a lot of attacking options on that bench. Obviously, Tom Lawrence is injured. Oscar Cortez is injured. Robbie Matondo is injured. So I don't get it. I don't, I think, why are we not seeing some of the kids maybe, being used and been kind of, put into a position to actually have a game tonight? Why are we not seeing, Bailey Rice, Zach Lovelace? Why are we not seeing those guys getting a chance? For me, that would be a positive. That would be, what I would want to see tonight. Get some of the kids involved. And although I hate to keep saying this, I genuinely do hate to keep saying this, but it's only St Johnstone. Why are we not giving Lovelace a chance, Uncio a chance, Archie Stevens, Bailey Rice? Why are none of these guys getting a chance? No, Rice isn't injured, actually. He's been playing for the B team, so I don't understand why he's not getting a chance to play. I've got to say, guys, when I actually saw that team flash up on X, I started the podcast, I was talking to you guys, and when I saw that team actually flash up on the X feed, I actually thought it was a mistake at first because I had a sort of strange notion that, that maybe, just maybe, that Clement might actually show some common sense and drop James Tavernier tonight. But he doesn't. And I don't get it. I mean, looking at some of the replies on the Rangers website tonight, some of the Rangers, some of the tweets some of the people who've tweeted about the team, it's this: ideal game to rest Tav, ideal game to get Igman more minutes too. Not happened, obviously. James Reed says, this is the game the Jers can't lose, not the game to play the youngsters. Tav, I said I was a bench. Tav's got news to the manager. Lol. Sterling out again. Oh, how I hate Clement, says Derek Reed. Someone else, something called Ricky W. Neal, tweeted, time to drop Tav. Tav starting and a sad face. Someone else has put a gif of someone going like that. Clement's not learning, is he? Bayrami at 10, smiley face. Tav and Cherney, sad face. Why is he still starting? Reference to Tav. I hate this baldy wanker with an absolute every single little fibre of my body, says someone. Utterly depressing. He's bottled dropping captain liability. And McCausland again. How many chances will this little imposter get? He's fucking crap. And of course, the tip of the iceberg, fucking Dessers. Fuck you, Clement. What else have we got? He is undroppable, literally undroppable. It never matters how badly he plays. He's straight in the team again to follow the game. James Tavernier is going to get another manager sacked. Fact, please just fuck off, Tav. Tavernier back in. Clement's a fucking clown. Can't say I'm shocked. Take a chance to drop the underperformers. Castanwejo must be wondering what he's got to do to get in the team. I reckon Tav will have to kill someone to get dropped. Missed the opportunity to replace Tav. Another surprising team selection. Good to see Raskin in. Thought we might have seen Igman tonight. Cheney needs a big performance given the nod. Fuck off, Tav. It's an awful lot of sentiments of Rangers fans basically just saying fuck off, Tav, basically. Just tuned in. The team. That's not the team, is it? Someone's having a fucking laugh at our expenses. Robert Robertson. Yes, that is the team, mate. That is the team. The stadium will turn toxic in the coming weeks, says Blue Nose John. Mate, I'm fully with you on that one. I mean, I'm looking at that team, and like I said, I'm encouraged by a lot of that team. I am encouraged by a lot of that team. In terms of, seeing Raskan get a chance, seeing Hadji on the bench, all of that I am encouraged by. Of course I am. But by that same token, seeing James Tavernier still in there is worrying. Pablo Barr says, want to see Lovelace and Rice. Trying Scotsman. How did the fun run end? I haven't got a clue, mate. Not interested. Clement looks like he wants the sack of videos and reason he's playing Tav. Happy with the team except Tav and Tierney, says Scott B. Bayrami in 10, yes, says Scott B. I mean, that's the big positive tonight, that we get to see Bayrami in the 10 role. With Lawrence been out, big positive. Imagine sitting in that dressing room and seeing failure rewarded with same failed players getting a starting berth. Hardly high performance culture, is it? I mean, that's a good point. I mean, it is a very good point. Guys, please obviously smash that like, obviously. Smash the sub if you haven't subbed to the channel yet. Please obviously come and join in with the channel, guys. It will be fantastic to have you here. What was the point of taking Lovelace and Rice out of clubs where they were playing in their first teams? True. I am very disappointed, really disappointed that we're not seeing more of Zach Lovelace and we're not seeing more of Bailey Rice. That is disappointing for me. I am actually, really saddened to see that. I would prefer to see those two getting the chance to play, getting the opportunity to come in and actually do a job. Derek Reed says, he was never a captain. How many times does he consistently come out and face the press post-match? Malky says, if he drops Tav, he might not get back in the team, says Malky. Clement's not going to drop Tav, and that's a worry. Agreed, Stevie. Agreed. Glad Bayrami's played the 10 role. Me too, Janet. Sterling and Casemiro need game time. Rice also, I've got to agree with that fully. I mean, you've got to play them. I don't know why he isn't playing them. Kind of all the encouragement on one side, but weighed down by Tav on the other. Still a letdown because we all know Tav has no legs now. When you know, no matter how bad you played, you're still getting picked. Why would you give 100% effort? I mean, that's a point, mate. I mean, why would you continually pick a player that's underperforming? Continually pick a player that is playing very badly? I mean, surely, you pick your team based on who is playing the best football, who is playing good football, who is in form, who is doing well. And to me, James Tavernier is not in good form. He just isn't. He's playing very badly. He's second rate. I mean, he's not even second rate anymore. I mean, I genuinely wouldn't have James Tavernier in my pub team. I mean, that's how bad James Tavernier really is. Stephen, evening, buddy. Robert Robertson says, there's no way Tav can start tonight in everyone's eyes apart from Clement. Get them two clowns out of our club now. I mean, that seems to be the overriding sentiment. And if you look on X tonight, there's an awful lot of anti-feeling towards Clement, an awful lot of anti-feeling towards James Tavernier. I mean, I just keep asking the question of myself, how is Tav playing? How bad does he need to be to get dropped? It really is, he really is. It is worrying. It really is very much worrying. It really is. Janet says, Tav has got to be, can he be asked face on now every game he plays? That's the team, guys. If you just joined us, the team for tonight's game. Butland, James Tavernier starts at right back. Like I said, no matter how shit you are, you get picked if your name is James Tavernier. I'm actually starting to think that this team is now Tav FC. I mean, I really do think that. Alexander Martin, I always answer you, don't be so stupid. Don't answer me, you never do. Same question, why Tav and Tierney? How is this happening? Alexander, I don't know. I am not Philippe Clement. I don't know what Philippe Clement sees in them. If I was picking the team, I would not pick either of them. They are both shit. End of story. Walter says, if he was a true captain, he would drop himself to save the team. 5-0 thriller, Owen. Hopefully 5-0. We'll take that. This is going to be horrible, says Geordie. So the reminder of the team, if you just joined us, Butland in goal, James the shitebag Tavernier at right back, Suter, Proper, Kiefte, Diamande, Raskan, Tierney, Bayrami, McCausland and Dessers. I suppose, like I said, the encouraging thing for me there is that Bayrami gets to go in the 10 role tonight. That's a big, massive encouragement. that is a huge encouragement. I'd imagine there probably is a break clause in the contract, John. I'd imagine there would be. Subs today: Kelly, Barron, Dowell, Sterling, Casanwir, Joe, Balogun, Igman, and Hadji is on the bench. Nice to see Hadji on the bench. And obviously, as well, the other sub is Robbie Fraser. No one knows what Clement's thinking. Whatever it is, it's wrong. And I just wish someone, would have the balls to come out and ask him at a press conference, why does James Tavernier get in the team no matter how bad he plays? Challenge the manager. Actually come and challenge the manager. I'm not being funny, but if I was in that press conference, you can rest assured I would ask Clement more challenging questions that are asked by all of the fan media guys and all of the press. I would ask him the questions that need asking. I'd ask him questions about Tab. I'd say to him, please explain to me your thinking behind continually picking a player that is targeted by every opposition team we face, whose legs are gone. Why are you still playing him? If this new law comes in, regardless of transfers, I'd not be surprised if Bayrami says, see you later. True. Jenny is rag rotten. Agreed. Yes, I am, Blair. There is a watch along tonight. Please come and join us for it. If Rangers lose tonight, then I suppose Dessers will soothe them with a massage. The questions are softball. They are. Wonder what side St Johnstone will target tonight. Well, obviously they'll come down our right because our right is our weakest side. We all know that. Every team in the world knows that. Every team in Scotland knows that. Every team in Europe knows that. Every team knows if you want to beat Rangers, target the right-hand side. That's the way to do it, isn't it? We all know that. I don't get it. I've got to say, I genuinely don't get it. Really don't get it at all. It just, to me, makes absolutely no sense at all. It really does make absolutely zero sense whatsoever for him to continually pick this useless idiot, James Tavernier. I mean, there we go. Tav's tracker will show them how bad he is playing now. Byron must be wondering what he signed up for. And Geordie says, on a side note, we haven't had to play a Tav bingo yet this year. No, we haven't, have we? We haven't had a Tav bingo yet this year. That's interesting, isn't it? Let's hope we don't have to play one after the game tonight. Yes, we will be back tonight for a live watch along. Please come and join us for that. So please obviously come along. Jordan Henderson was captain of Liverpool, but Klopp had the balls not to play him in every game. Do you know why that is, Stevie? Do you know why Klopp had the balls not to pick Jordan Henderson every single game? Do you know why Jurgen Klopp chose the best teams to win games? Because Jurgen Klopp's a proper manager. Jurgen Klopp's a good manager. Jurgen Klopp is one of the best managers in world football. Jurgen Klopp isn't a scaredy cat like Philippe Clement. If Jurgen Klopp was Rangers manager, I mean, how amazing would that be? I would love Jurgen Klopp as Rangers manager. It would be amazing. It'd be absolutely amazing. But if Jurgen Klopp was Rangers manager, Tavernier would be nowhere near this team. Guarantee you. If Jurgen Klopp was Rangers manager, James Tavernier would be nowhere near this team at all. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. You can be a captain and not play every match. Look at Newcastle. I don't know who the Newcastle captain is Geordie. So I'm not a big Newcastle fan. So sorry, I don't know that, mate. Clement is just playing with the loyal fans now, says Blue Nose John. Right, guys, I'm going to head off now. I will be back at just before 8 o'clock, for the live watch along. So please obviously keep your eye out for that. It is scheduled. Just check out the schedule on the page. You set your Klopp is a proddy, by the way. Absolutely. Get Klopp in there. There we go. Let's start a new campaign tonight. Jurgen Klopp for Rangers manager. Right, guys, we are going to head off now. We'll be back just before 8 o'clock for the live watch along. Please come and join us for that. Thank you for coming to join me for this Breaking Team News podcast. It's been a pleasure speaking to you as always. Please smash the like, smash the sub, ring the bell, do all that good stuff. Drop me a comment, do a share, whatever you need to do, guys. But always remember, never forget, we are the people.